predicting the future.
Memory in physics is time, meaning that we wouldn't have time if we didn't have memory. If you didn't remember the minute before, you wouldn't know that there is a continuous, evolution of event, right? So you wouldn't have a concept of time.
Okay.
So we could remove the word time and replace it with memory, and so that means that
I like that.
Yeah. So space memory instead of space time, and that means that space is actually like a medium, like the vacuum fluctuation we were discussing, is like a medium that has information in it, right? And what you call your past, which is your memory, right?
Yeah.
Is actually information you left on the structure of space-time as you moved through it on the planet and, in the solar system and all this stuff. So that means that, like, the information that's present at any moment in space, right, is what will predict what's coming next, right? It's gonna make these events probable in one direction. So if you access that information, you could, predict the probabilities of what is going to come next.
To a higher degree of certainty.
That's right.
But you'll never actually be able to 100% nail it because it's still in that feedback system going.
Because it's constantly changing.
Okay.
Right.
So with this space memory, and I love that term, is that what the ancients would call the akashic records? Or
Absolutely.
That's this hidden gem that we're all looking for.
That's right.
So how would one then tune themselves in order to at least interact with that fabric, that space memory more? What could one human flesh and bones person do to achieve that?
Well, you can think of your body, instead of like being the seat of consciousness, you can think of your body as being an antenna that's tapping into this akashic record, and what you call your consciousness is the information you're sending into the akashic record and the information the akashic record is sending back to you, or the vacuum, in more modern terms. So
the vacuum is the akashic record,
right?
That's it. That's all the information.
Yeah, it's the fluctuation of the information in the structure of space. So if you look at my equations, you find that like every proton has all the information of all the other protons in the universe in terms of vacuum information inside it, and and it might sound really outrageous, but the equation outputs a very precise mass and radius for the proton. That's the most precise measurement on the planet today. So, it's not just an esoteric thought. It actually does the job in actually describing matter very, very precisely. So if you understand that, then you understand that going inward in your senses towards the center of your existence, literally towards the center of every atom that makes you. You're made out of 100 trillion cells. Each cell's has 100 trillion atoms in it, and you went. So like any practice in which you're going to the center of your existence will bring you to the access to the akashic record.
So you're seeking it. The old sages would say this: you seek the information from inside,
from within,
not from without.
That's right. But because without, it's limited. You have limited amount of access to information.
Because you're limited to just your senses.
That's right.
Whereas if you go internally,
you have access
to everying.
That's right.
Okay, that's fine.
And that's why people can do remote viewing, remote healing, and all this stuff. How can you remote view something that's on the other side of the planet, which has been demonstrated in laboratories over and over since the 70s, with undoubting, results, that people can do that. They're not doing that by trying to sense outside themselves what's going on the other side of the planet. They're going inside, internally, and there they find the information that they're seeking.
Therefore, then that makes me think of every single proton in my body, every single molecular atom inside my body holds the seed of everybody else's consciousness inside of me. Because if all the information is packed inside each and every one of the atoms in my body, basically I am everything, and everything is me.
Yeah, that's right.
And as long as I can fine-tune my body and get rid of the blinders that I have on,
right, and
constantly actively seeking outwards,
right, and the idea of separation, because you think you're there and I'm here and the rock's there and the lake's there and the mountains are there and it's all separate, but when you actually see that the vacuum between me and you and everything is connected and it's connecting everything, it's all within you and without, then you can start to actually become an active, what I call vacuum engineer, meaning you can actually start to manipulate the field so that you can, or harmonize with the field so that you can flow with nature, you can flow with the universe in such a way that you become more and more powerful in your capacity to manifest what you want and to complete, whatever mission is that you're on and that you're here to accomplish.
Yeah. So speaking of missions, what's the Resonance Project Foundation working on right now? You got the delegate program?
We got the delegate program, which is great. It's like a 12-week course, and you get all the information, all the physics, all the philosophy, all the mathematics, everything is in there. You can skim along on the easy path, or you can dig as deep as you want, and it's great. And all the references are there. You can go and take tangents wherever you want, and then one time out of the month for 2 hours I answer questions for people that are taking the course, and it's really a wonderful course. I'm really happy we have that available for people now.
So what would this give people? It just give them a nice overall view of this concept of the connected universe. It'll give them tangents for them to jump off on. Whatever their passion is, whatever they're called to explore deeper into different aspects of the connected universe.
If they want to start solving the equations, or if they're interested in ancient civilization or philosophy, whatever, there's all the references there, and it's constantly being updated, so the new information gets put in and all this stuff. And so it's really a comprehensive course, and everybody that's taken it so far, it's remarkable. The feedback we're getting is that it's transformative. It's transforming people's life. Anybody that takes it come out with a completely different outlook on themselves, the universe, and their place in it than when they started. So it's very compelling, it's very powerful.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
So from that would stem out, and I know your work, would stem out a lot of solutions, a lot of new concepts, and a lot of practical applications that might butt heads with the current establishment in today's world.
Oh yeah,
whether it not be politics, with oil, with big industry, big pharma. So have you ever seen any resistance? Have you ever felt any resistance to these new concepts that you're bringing forward with the Resonance Project?
Oh my God, for sure. We're talking over the last 30 years of research that I've done, I've seen and I've experienced